I know we keep comparing him to Obama, but could he be the next AOC if he wins?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, no, he's going to be leader on the left. Even if he loses this point, his celebrity to a degree is assured. Yeah, I mean, he is very much joining the pantheon of leftist figures in the national firmament. And he's run on a scale that AOC never has. AOC won a single congressional race against an opponent who like Cuomo, sleepwalking, but AOC didn't have to overcome a super PAC. Um, I think
I mean, she
there's a
wasn't
lot of
taken
stuff.
seriously either, but they didn't spend money on her.
No,
So,
she was
you know,
not taken seriously. And then the Crowley Cuomo. It's interesting because Crowley lived in Virginia. Cuomo doesn't really live in New York City.
Westchester or
Um,
whatever. Yeah.
well, Cuomo doesn't take Zohran seriously. Crowley didn't take AOC seriously. This is being waged on such a bigger scale. You're talking about 1 million Democrats might vote in the primary when it's all said and done, versus a congressional race of 40,000 people vote, whatever it was, 50,000, I
Yeah.
forget. So no, he will absolutely be a major figure on the left, especially with Bernie Sanders, in his last years, realistically. The left needed, I mean, in a way, they need more people. Jamal Bowman lost. I
Mm.
think you look at some of the other stars on the left, they're a bit checkered. Like Rashida Tlaib is
Mm.
popular, but she has real detractors. Ilhan Omar as well. I mean, Zoran, he's really fascinating because he is both pretty far on the left on a lot of issues, but he's got some of that like mainstream charisma. Like tonight, he's going on the Colbert Report. He's
Yeah.
got he's
He can
got
go on
like
the
that
big shows.
AOC.
He has
Yes,
the it factor, which is
yeah,
everything really in a lot of ways when you're trying to run a campaign.
yes, yes. It really is. So he's got that, and I think to compare him to AOC, because I've thought a lot about this. There's something that's fresher about him. That's almost like I think AOC is very popular, and I think she has a bright future. But there's almost something very 2010s about her. Like
Right.
she kind of has this, little this affect that feels a little. I don't know the right word. The word is dated. I don't know if it feels maybe a little too woke. Zoran
Yeah.
is like woke, but he doesn't come off. It's almost it feels a bit more current. The kind of vibe which you can't quite put a finger on. It feels
Mm.
very today, and sometimes AOC can feel very much like a 2019 politician. So she endorsed him. They have a very interesting relationship. I think they are allies, but they're not terribly close. They share a district. Zoran's assembly district is in her
Mm.
House district. And if you watched her endorsement speech of him, what I found very interesting was she said very little about him. It was about stopping Cuomo. It was actually about she mentioned other candidates. It's not the most enthusiastic endorsement, I would say. And so
Mm.
I'm interested to see, she's an ambitious person. He's ambitious, almost the same age. Zoran's 2 years younger, same political realm. If anything, Zoran lives to the left
Mm.
of her in a lot of issues, but he's also got that charisma that she has. In a way, for diehard leftists right now, I mean, they're not choosing like Zoran versus AOC, but he's winning a lot of hearts and minds, and there are going to be people who Zoran is their number one kind of person that they look up to. I mean, look up to AOC too, but Zoran will be the man. So I
Mm.
don't know. I'm more like speculating here, but I do think there is something, not so much him versus her, but I see a little bit of her versus him. I think she's kind of looking over her shoulder, thinking, who's this guy who's in my district and is
Hot
such.
new. Yeah, yeah. And she's another one who gets criticized for not being in her district enough, by the way, as we know.
Yeah, and I think those criticisms have some merit.
Hmm.
I mean, she does constituent services. She's around.
Yeah.
She doesn't really involve herself in New York City issues very much. I'd
Right.
say she in that, if you say, is she a national figure or like a local figure, she's a national figure.
Right.
She's not really in the muck of New York City as much. So she's not the type to run for mayor. I think it doesn't really interest her. She wants to be probably senator, president. Um, this kind of race would not have been something she took on, though, she could have done very well. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think their contrasts are very interesting. I think for now things are great. Certainly if he wins, they will be allies. But, down the road, who knows? Who knows when,
Yeah.
big egos and big talents go head to head. I
Okay.
don't know.